it's Cahaba Club, it's an ACF chapter meeting. We have pigs, we have all kind of food. I'm like, I can't even tell you what we got going on, but you need to come check it out because it's amazing. Come on.
All right, so somebody asked me what these were, and they're buzz buttons, and they were used back in the 1700s. The dentist used them to numb your mouth before he got a pair of pliers and pulled your tooth out. But edible flower just means it won't kill you if you eat it. It doesn't mean it's going to taste good. And I can tell you what not to do because I've done it all wrong. And we have a lot of mixes here that we use edible flowers in. And Ron DeBonis was over at SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, and he tasted one of my mixes, and I had chrysanthemums in it, and they tasted really good when they first started to bloom. But after about 3 months, they got really bitter, and I didn't know it. And it was for a food and wine over at Busch Gardens, and I watched him taste my mix, and I watched his face turn all sour, and he just crunched his face, and I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do now? So we figured out what it was, and I was in the flower houses until 2 o'clock that morning. I ripped every damn flower out of there. I wasn't gonna let that ever happen again, but I wouldn't suggest you try this. All right, everybody come in and watch where you're walking. There's a lot of trip hazards. I think the most important thing to grow good microgreens is the pH of your water. If your pH is alkaline, and all the well water in Florida is 7.2, and if your body is 7.2, it's really good. But a plant needs a negatively charged ion to take in nutrients. So we use a little bit of acid to get our pH into an acidic range, and then we add water-soluble fertilizers. So our flavor profiles, I feel, are better than some of my competitors. And when I go into a kitchen and I talk to a chef, the first time I meet him, I want to know if he has microgreens from someone else. And if he does, I always ask him to compare. And I always bring a lot of samples when I go on sales calls. So if he has an arugula or a cilantro or a red vein sorrel or a wasabi green, I get to compare. And that's how I've done well. We have a philosophy here. If our products aren't good for the chef and the distributor, it's bad for me. So the first thing we do every morning, and we get a complaint about 1 out of every 1,400 cases, is we send directly to the chef. We send free product, and we fill the cooler with a bunch of really cool things. I think that's one of the reasons that we've been in business for as long as we have. The chefs always remember the bad orders. They always remember the bad ones. They don't remember the 364 good ones, but they remember that one bad one. So if you give me an opportunity to make it right, that's the first thing we do every morning. And we generally don't get a lot of complaints, but we always take responsibility, and we're really, really quick to making things happen that way. So we're gonna have some things for y'all in tonight's dinner that you're gonna get to try. If the group was a little smaller, I'd be picking and letting y'all taste things, but we'll have some things at dinner. And all the products in here, they take a lot of these items took 45 to 50 days to grow. A lot of the microgreen growers, they stick with the 7-day stuff. You plant it, you get the seeds wet, and 7 days later you're harvesting. So it's hard to compete with us because we have a lot of tables on this farm, and we go to a lot of effort to grow the things that take a long, long time. So a lot of my mixes have items that took 90 days to grow, and we'll go down to the flowers and I'll show you, what really takes a long time to grow. And what we add to our mixes to make them not only taste good, but make them really pretty. Most of the flowers that we grow that are edible are semi-annuals. That means they only live for 4 to 5 months. This is another thing. We're always taking out old flowers and bringing in new. You never stop. You never get finished. It just keeps going and going and going. So the winter flowers, the flowers you saw hanging in that last greenhouse are nasturtiums. They start blooming in December. And the ones that we grow, when you taste them, they start off like honeysuckle and they end like black pepper. So they got a really cool, fun flavor profile. And you guys always want them in the summer when we can't grow them. And I get thousands of them in the winter, and I don't get many hits from y'all. So you always want what you can't have, right? So we got two kind of peas in here. The bigger ones, they're called Dwarf gray sugar snow peas. So everybody knows what a snow pea is, the vegetable looks like. But the tendril, when you grow them like this and you grow them hydroponically, the tendril has a lot of oil in it. It's not woody. So if you were to grow that in dirt, it'd have a woody stem, and it wouldn't, for a culinary aspect, the chef wouldn't really like it very much. But when you grow them hydroponically, it's got a lot of oil and a lot of flavor. We got one chance to buy this seed this year. I usually we go through about 1,000 pounds a month of just that one seed. And the producers, some of them went out of business over COVID, some of them didn't get paid. So I had to buy 6,000 pounds of seed, and it just kills your working capital. It's just, things have really changed. So I really had to beef that up, and it's my number 3 best-selling item. And this little Philippi right here, the chefs really like them because it's got a wicked tendril on the top, and it tastes like a garden pea. And they don't grow as fast, but this seed, I got a bunch of that too, but my supply, I used to order it, get my seed 10 days later. Now when we order seed, you don't know if you're gonna get it 40 days later or 60 days later, so you gotta carry huge inventories. And you know, my seed bill's $2,500 a week here, so it's not a lot of fun right now, but that little shed that y'all saw me built behind where they're cooking all the meat, we just super insulated it with closed cell foam insulation, and we put 2 AC units in it, and we're gonna be storing all our seed in there because I have to really bulk up on seed. So it's changing. Everything is changing so fast, I'm having a hard time keeping up. So when I first started this place, I was growing herbs, and I was selling direct to restaurants. I had 4 greenhouses. These were my first 4 greenhouses. I'd get up at 1:30 in the morning, I'd go to the farmer's market, I'd drop off 100 pounds of basil and chives and all the different herbs. And they were buying basil for, back then, this is a long time ago, they were buying basil for $2.75, $3 a pound. This is in 1999, 2000. And it cost me $4.25 to grow it. And when you guys mention hemp, I can buy hemp for $1 a pound out of Oregon. It would cost me more to grow it than I can go buy it for. So my dad had this story when I was growing all these herbs, and he called it trading money. I was trading money. And he says, there's this farmer in Hillsborough County, he wins $1 million in the lottery. And all the media comes to his farm and asks him, what are you gonna do with all that money? And the farmer replies, I'm gonna keep growing until I run out. But that I still have nightmares about, that's how he jabbed me. So, but these are the 10-day microgreens. We do 35 tables a day, they're 100 square feet. Our next harvest is, this greenhouse right here will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, that's all these greenhouses over here are the
foremost, welcome and a big round of applause for Marvin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So again, Cahaba Club, Marvin has done a beautiful job with this farm and his additions. If you arrived a little late for the tour, we'll get you out on another one this evening, but we kind of want to get things going. We wanted to start early so when you did go on the tour, you can have a little daylight. Be sure to take a peek over at the little tiny pier here on his pond. It's gorgeous. If you want to sit, have a cigar, cigarette, it's just a beautiful sound to be able to relax to. You have a fire pit if you guys want to hang out, have a couple of beers or sangria from Stillhouse Brewery. And Tim's got the sangria going, right? This evening as well. Jenna's our bartending out there doing a great job. Hi, Jenna. And I want to also say hello to Carl. Carl is filming Walk and Talk this evening. You guys have seen, there he is, behind the lights. So Carl just wants everybody to know we are filming this evening. Act natural, enjoy yourselves, it will be for future publishing. So have a good time. The food is ready. I just want to say a couple of announcements. First and foremost, thank you to our sponsors this evening. Carl did a great job in conjunction with people that he works with. First and foremost, Peninsula Foodservice. We also have Farm Fresh Produce, Brian and Kyle. They here? Yeah, they are. There you go. Thank you so much. Also, Fresh Fish Fast, Kevin and Dylan. And then we have the group from Melina Olive Oil. And then also we roasted, or not myself, Rick Eppers roasted a pig tonight that was donated by GFS and Chef Adam Walkover. And also another round of applause for Halpern's Meats that also was providing the food. So there's a lot of food tonight. So without further ado, please take turns on your way to the food. Vince, wave your hand. Vince is doing Chef and Child. Yeah, Chef and Child 50-50 tickets. So 50-50, if you don't know, Chef and Child is our organization, a nonprofit as well, that Chef leads as our committee chair, and he goes out to schools and teaches children about healthy eating habits. And it's a great initiative for children to learn about fresh, fruits and vegetables. So we really encourage you guys, if you got $1 or if you got $5, participate in our 50-50. Other than that, again, thank you so much. Marvin, thank you. Do you want to say a few words?
No, I talked enough already.
Okay, why don't you come up really quick, though? Just a little thank you for us. And also, we have knives that were made with our chapter logo on it.
Oh, I got goosebumps. I do.
So a big thank you for having us this evening.
Thank y'all for coming.
So if you want to share a few words besides your tour that you had.
Well, I talked enough. I think everybody's hungry.
Okay.
Go eat.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, take turns. Please enjoy the food. Say thank you to Rainey, Chef Rainey, wave your hand, he's been in the back, sweating, grilling for you all. So if anybody need another drink,
Yes.
Yes, okay. So please, I'd like to introduce you to Carl Fiodini. He's kind of the jack of the all trades, right? And he is host of Walk and Talk. And I'd like for him to say a few words and to introduce a few people.
Thank you. Hello. All right, love it. You know, we gotta have some action here, right? So I'm with Walk and Talk. Basically what I do is I film chefs and food and establishments and we promote it, and it doesn't cost you a thing. True story. I think that deserves an applaud. I don't know. Yeah, come on. So basically what runs the show for me, I have wonderful sponsors who kind of make things happen for me. There's a few of them here tonight, and I want to recognize them because the food that you ate came from Peninsula Foodservice, the meat, farm fresh produce, all your veg, fresh fish fast for the fish. I have Melina olive oil. I don't have a sign, but they're here, and it was part of it. You see that? By the way, everybody, look at that guy. Look at that guy right there. That's Kevin. That he owns Fresh Fish Fat. That guy is a terrific human being, and you need to talk to me or talk to him because he makes things happen with fish. I just want you to know that. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming out here today. I want to thank the sponsors for doing what they do, and you guys are wonderful. Thank you very much. So we had a wonderful night. Marvin, you're a terrific human being. I'm glad you invited us to film this, okay? This event was terrific. The Tampa Chapter ACF meeting here, Odessa, Florida, at Cahaba Clubs Farms with the Marvin, the master, microgreens. Wow, thank you.
I don't know about any of that, but we had a great time. Everyone's invited. We'll get you here next time we have an event.
True story.
Cheers.